We're the Birth Besties. That's Michaela, and I'm Crystal. We help you find your voice in pregnancy so you can make the right choices that are right for you to have the birth that you desire.
That's right. Today we are going to be talking about how to communicate with your provider. And yesterday you chose your provider if you hadn't done so already. And we're going to talk about effective communication. And so we'd love it if you tagged some friends or people that you know could benefit from this information. So go ahead and tag them in the comments or share this video with them later today.
All right, so today we're talking about effective communication. We hope you've picked the right provider that's the best for your birth. And so today we're going to talk about how to effectively communicate with them so that you don't suffer from white coat syndrome and forget what to say, and so that you don't put them on the defense by being guns blazing. So these are some tips and tricks on how to effectively get the conversation going and really try to get your provider on the same page as you about what your birth desires are. So
exactly. So you don't want to walk in there and say, I am going to do this, and this, and I will not do this, and this. Because your provider is going to put that wall up and say, no, that's not how this works. So we want to use phrases like, I would like to, or I prefer to, what are your thoughts? So you have an actual conversation with your provider as opposed to it being very one-sided, which sometimes it can be, sometimes it's one-sided as the provider talks to you and you just sit there thinking, I have to do everything they say. Right.
Some good questions to ask are, we covered this a little bit yesterday about C-section rates and inductions, but you can do it really kindly, I guess is the word. You can say, I was curious what your, because I'm really trying to figure out what, it's going to look like as I approach my due date. Some things like that instead of, I need to know what your C-section rate is.
Right. You don't want to sound accusatory.
Right. Exactly. Definitely want to kind of keep it as a casual conversation, and you can still advocate for what you want, but you can do it in a kind and gentle manner so that communication keeps flowing.
Exactly. So some questions that you want to ask your provider, like Crystal has mentioned a couple times, are what are your C-section rates, or what is the hospital's C-section rate? Right. At what point do you start thinking about or discussing induction? Right. So these are all things that you want to communicate with your provider so that there's no unknown, that you have the answers that you rightfully deserve.
Right. So that leads us to what all we've covered this week, right?
Yes, but before we get to what we covered this week, we're going to bring back Desiree Baird, our pediatric sleep specialist, who's going to share a little bit more with you guys about sleep. And let's face it, we all need sleep.
We all need to sleep. Desiree is very much loved. We're going to bring her on right now so she can talk to us about all of that. So, yay! We love this.
Good morning.
Awesome. Good morning.
Hi, everybody. So I wanted to talk today about the benefits of hiring a sleep consultant or a sleep coach. There's many benefits because right now you're worried about having this wonderful birth and having this new bundle of joy. Yep. And hiring a birth coach, one of the benefits is that you don't have to worry about sleep and buying these sleep books and Googling things. One of the benefits is that you have a partner to help you through sleep transitions, through questions that you may have. You may have questions about, is this normal? Is this normal that my newborn's doing this? Or how do I reverse day-night confusion? So once you have a sleep coach on board, you have access to that person regularly to ask them questions.
Yeah,
so that's one of the benefits.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it alleviates some of the stress so you can enjoy motherhood right away, especially because there's so many stresses that come with motherhood, unfortunately. Yeah. It's a huge adjustment. Another benefit is that I'm an expert. I went to school for this. I've done over 60 hours of instructions. I am a mom of 3, and I'm in the thick of things. I have a 7-month-old. So, so I can relate completely. It's not that you would be hiring just anybody. It's someone who's been through this. someone who's had twins, someone who's gone through a lot already and has their little, scars and wounds and can share real stories with you and how to ensure that you don't experience that or try to avoid that.
Right.
As I mentioned before, you can avoid Google searches. I can't even explain how many Google searches I made whenever the twins were born. Is this normal? Why is my baby doing this? Is this colic? So, and if I don't know the question, I'm sure I could find someone who does know the question, because I get breastfeeding questions or different questions. And I can tap into the communities that I'm involved with, because it's all in regards to birth and babies. And somebody will be there to answer a question for you. So instead of just buying a book, you have a real live person that knows experts in different specialties.
Right.
You can hiring a sleep coach, it takes the guesswork out of anything. If you have a question just middle of the day on a random Wednesday, you could text me, ask the question, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So you have a partner in crime in terms of answering those questions. And it probably right now, if you are pregnant for the first time, you probably don't realize how important sleep is until you have that baby and it's 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning and you're like, oh my gosh, I should have hired a sleep coach.
Not to mention that not only are you struggling with lack of sleep after you've had a baby, but you're struggling with those hormone fluctuations. So if you don't have sleep,
it's even worse.
And then you're determined to try to figure this out, and nothing's making any sense. So exactly. The other thing is that when things get tough, you can call me. So you can call me. You can, vent to me. You can explain to me what's going on, and I'm going to help direct you. I'm going to help direct you into the right direction and explain to you, that maybe something's normal, or how to fix that problem, or different tricks or things you can do to help to get the baby to sleep.
Well, and even if something is normal, it doesn't make it any easier to deal with it. If it means that you're stressing out or, not getting enough sleep. So there's ways to, Desiree, that you can help in those normal situations.
Exactly. And then if you establish a relationship with me right away in the newborn, during the newborn phase, you can always hire me later on when you're ready to sleep train. Or, if you're ready to sleep train on your own, that's fine. But if you need help, I have a lot of returning clients that come back to me because they already have a relationship with me. And then we work together to sleep train the babies. Because an ideal age to sleep train is about 4 months old. You don't want to do it any earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then,
awesome.
Having a sleep coach, it's just nice to know that you have someone there. You get to enjoy your kids more. I feel that this takes the stress out of everything, because you have someone to answer questions for you and to tell you, what to do or help navigate through the road. So ultimately, when you have a partner that has expertise and a sleep coach that has expertise in this, you get to enjoy motherhood and relax a little more.
Yes, exactly. So between your birth besties and your sleep coach, you don't have to ever feel like you're alone or that you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
All right. So today, or this last week, we have thrown a lot of information at you guys. We have shared so many different things to think about and how to evaluate your fears and your priorities when it comes to birth, how to safely make an environment for sleep for your newborn. Crystal, what all have we talked about this week in our?
Oh my gosh. So we've picked your provider, or hopefully helped you pick your provider. We've talked to you about your provider. We have the sleep tips on when is a good time to sleep train and what kind of things that Desiree shared with us, plus what we've shared. I think we've covered so much that you may be feeling overwhelmed, but hopefully you feel like you have a solid understanding of what to expect moving forward. And maybe just being able to get on the same page with your spouse was like the key to everything for you.
Yeah.
You never know if you don't have those conversations with the people around you, or just expectations of your friends and family. I think we've talked about that a lot, and how not to internalize what they want you to do, because it's your birth and not their birth. So if they want to have a baby, then they can have a baby the way they want to, and you can have a baby the way you want to.
That's right. Yeah, that's huge. It's, as moms, even if this is your first pregnancy, that mom guilt is real and it comes on fast.
Right.
And you feel like you always have to please everyone around you and make the best decisions for everyone else. But what it ultimately comes down to is making the choices that are right for you, your baby, and your family, and nobody else, because that's why you were given the opportunity to be this baby's mom.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's the truth. Yes.
And I think it's so important to have the sleep component, because as Desiree said, I don't have time to read when I'm exhausted, but I remember reading with the twins, like reading all the sleep books. And so just being able to send a message and get a direct answer, sort of like if you have a question about birth, you can text the birth besties and you're going to get a response instead of digging through Google and reading all of those experiences in forums and trying to pull out what you think is relatable to your current situation. So you don't have to do that. We're like your personal Google with the right answer.
Yes.
Yes. And we will direct you to the right answer if we aren't the expert on that particular subject. So I love that Katie and Mary have commented today that they are gaining their voice in pregnancy and being confident in this whole process. That's awesome. We're so glad that you guys have joined us this week.
Yay.
So now that we've recapped about everything that we've thrown at you this week, we have an offer for you. So we would love to offer you our full course that is all about
your best birth. We want you to have your best birth.
So you're going to learn everything from staying healthy and low risk through pregnancy. You're going to make thoughtful decisions, because there's a lot more decisions to be made than just choosing your provider.
Right. We gave you a teaser of decisions, but there's many more coming your way.
You're going to learn the birth process. So part of the why we walk into birth feeling afraid is because we don't know what to expect. And even if you're on your second, third, fourth child, every labor is different. I can attest to that. I'm sure you ladies can too.
Yes, definitely.
Everything's different. Every pregnancy, every labor, every breastfeeding experience, it's all different.
Every hospital or
right. And staff, your staff is usually different. So the thing about it is it's always different, and it's always great to have a really great education behind. So when you walk in, you feel confident.
And every baby is different too.
Yes. Yes. So we're also going to teach you about how to be comfortable in pregnancy and in the birth process. Right. So whether you want to have a natural childbirth or a medical birth, you still have to, it's still important to find those comfort measures and techniques, because there's a point before you even get to the hospital that you're in labor.
Right.
So you still need to learn how to be in tune with your body and relax and allow those contractions to work for you and not against you.
Really good.
As well as the postpartum period, which is something that is often overlooked in childbirth courses. What do you do the few minutes, hours, weeks, months after you bring baby home?
Right. Well, and another thing that's part of our course that's kind of super special is our concentration on your environment. So environmental health and how to be healthy while pregnant and bringing baby home, and what types of exposures and things that you can be eliminating now so that baby has a happy, healthy environment at home. And we spend a lot of time in our course talking about that, because that's the super passion of mine, is educating moms and families on how to just make that environment risk-free, pretty much. So.
Right. Exactly. And Crystal is our resident expert on that. So you're getting an expert in doulaing and the birth process, an expert in environmental health, as well as an expert in sleep. What more could you want?
But we have to tell you that this offer is only for our live stream. If you decide that you think you want to jump in with us for the Your Best Birth course and get the amazing bonus, you are only paying $297. Think about that, guys. $297 for all three of us at your disposal. So our class runs 5 weeks, and then Desiree will be available in the 4th trimester, correct?
Yes. So I'm offering as part of the package a newborn sleep package, which involves a 30-minute consultation or a call to tell you what to expect in the 4th trimester, answer any of the questions you have. It includes 2 15-minute calls or email or text or, that equals up to that.
Whatever working at the time.
What it equals up to it. So let's just say that, I consider a text, taking up 2 minutes of the time. So you get several texts if you do it that way.
Right.
Also, in addition, you'll get handouts on what to expect in the 4th trimester for a safe sleep environment, what to expect in terms of the recommendations for the AAP, how also to manage the 4th trimester, what is colic? What is colic exactly? How to get your baby to sleep, some tips and tricks, how to avoid day-night confusion, and just everything surrounding newborn care in terms of sleep.
Yeah, and we kind of forgot a couple of things in our course, so we want to tell you about your exclusive Facebook community. So you get a judgment-free birth community that you can meet other moms who are on the same journey because community is so important. You get Mikayla and I, the birth besties, and we tend to answer messages all the time. So you can message us and you can comment in your group. You get to watch these videos in the comfort of your own home in yoga pants with your spouse or your partner and eat popcorn. I mean, what better way to enjoy childbirth education than that? You don't have to go anywhere.
No scheduling around other people. It's just whenever it's convenient. That's right. You get a weekly coaching call with the birth besties. So we will meet you virtually on a platform, a video platform.
On Zoom.
Where we are literally face to face, but in our own homes.
Right. And you can wear your yoga pants.
Exactly. And we'll be there to answer all your questions and to go dive deeper into all the content and all the information that we share in the videos.
Right. We love to really tailor it.
Sorry. I have a closed group of 200 moms as well. So as part of the package, you get access to that. And I give sample sleep schedules because people are always looking for sleep schedules. Like what's an example of a 1-month-old, a 2-month-old, a 3-month-old, a 4-month-old.
Yeah.
So I'll give examples as part of my newborn package as well.
Right.
All right. So we've thrown a lot at you. So let's do a really fast recap of all that you're getting in our course, which will only be offered for $297 until Sunday. That's it. And then after that, the price is going up. So you're going to get 5 modules. You're going to get a video each week for 5 weeks with great content. You're going to get the birth besties each week in a group coaching call where we meet face to face. You're going to get downloads. You're going to get a workbook that is literally your aid to walk you through all the information. You don't have to second guess anything. It's all going to be there. You can rewatch the videos. You have access to the full course for up to a year. And so that way you can reference it anytime. And for a bonus, you're getting a newborn sleep package. and you're
also getting the mini course. We're going to recap that into a nice little conveniently accessible so you can go back and watch the mini course as well. So
and you're getting access to our exclusive Facebook judgment-free Facebook community, as well as when you finish our course or even during the course, we will give you access to another exclusive Facebook group called Honest Mom Talk, where you can share your wins, you can share your concerns, you can share your frustrations, and you're going to meet people that are going to connect with you, relate to you, and encourage you all through motherhood. So,
there's some really good stuff shared in there, and it's really honest, and no one's judgy. It's the best.
Exactly. So we screen the people that enter Honest Mom Talk very carefully because we want to keep it that judgment-free community so that you feel like it's a safe place to share anything that you want.
So that's it. If you want to jump in, we know that you would love to hang out with us, and we know that you would love to have Desiree's advice because I really wish I'd had it with my twins. The struggle wouldn't have been so real if I had a pediatric sleep coach. So it's an amazing offer to hang out with us for 5 weeks and really take care of sleep in the 4th trimester. So it's $297 and it's available. If you guys need to break up the payments, we also have that option too, which is pretty cool. We understand, so we're happy to offer 2 payments. And if you want, you can follow our PayPal link, which we're going to post to a page that will also recap everything. We'll be on next tomorrow. A Q&A session. If you just want to hop on, you want to discuss it tonight, and you want to hop on tomorrow and really ask us some good questions about the program, we'd love to have you on tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Twice tomorrow. So you have 2 different chances and opportunities to hop on tomorrow. 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So two different times where you can hop on with us and ask all sorts of questions and get great answers so that we're eliminating that fear.
All right. Well, we hope you decide to jump in with us, and until we see you, I guess we'll talk to you tomorrow. We're the Birth Besties. That's Michaela. I'm Crystal, and that's our amazing pediatric sleep coach, Desiree. In the meantime, if you have questions, please comment below this post so that we can help you guys out.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.